For the record, my name is Lisa McLean, Legislative and Policy Manager. Before you today is tab 8. It is a petition that we received in April from Andy Billig on behalf of the Spokane Chiefs Hockey Club in Spokane, Washington, wishing to change the definition of qualified sports teams in WAC 230-03-138. As you may recall, Major League sports teams were approved for electronic 50/50 raffles in January 2020, and rules were written in and approved in November 2021. And the first electronic 50/50 raffles were launched in September 2022 with the beginning of the NFL season, and in October for the NHL season. The Spokane Chiefs Hockey Club is now asking to expand the definition of qualified sports teams to include 4 teams of the affiliated professional minor league baseball and 4 teams of the Western Hockey League. This change would allow charitable and nonprofit organizations associated or directly affiliated with those sports teams to apply for a license to operate electronic raffles. At the May meeting, you instructed us to initiate rulemaking, and so staff recommends filing the language, the simple language that we have in here, to affect the change that's been requested. Any questions? I believe the petitioner may be on the line. Didn't think it was going to be in the afternoon.
I see a hand.
Yeah, that was Mark Miles.
Miles. Okay. Mr. Miles, did you want to comment on anything?
Yeah, thank you for allowing us to be on. And as we go through this process, I'm Mark Miles, president of the Spokane Chiefs hockey team, representing the the minor league teams, the Western Hockey League, and the teams that we have in the state of Washington. We're all basically doing the 50/50 currently, and we're just looking to change the wording so that we could have some better controls, be more efficient, and just to have more accountability on the quality control of doing our 50/50 process.
Great, thank you. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners or Representative Clover?
Yes, I was, I had an original question and then something that the previous gentleman said reminded me of another question. So first of all, was the, is this motion, desire to be considered in that definition, does that also change the ability to have sports betting? I don't remember if minor leagues are on that current list of where you can wager.
It does not allow us
Okay.
to do any sports betting.
Okay. And then my other question is, so are you saying that you currently do a 50/50 raffle?
Yeah, so the Western Hockey League, there's a team in Everett, Seattle, Spokane, and Tri-Cities, and we all do a 50/50 raffle currently through our nonprofit, like our charities or our foundations, and then the money then is distributed to different charities throughout the league or throughout our community. And so what we're asking is this process, this program that you've allowed the professional organizations to do, since we are affiliated with a professional organization, we're just asking for the extension to allow us to be able to do the electronic 50/50, which will then allow us better accountability, more quality control, rather than just hand counting and having money kind of everywhere.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
Any further questions?
I have a question for staff. I was just curious if after this vote, if it moves forward, will there remain any teams in our state that do not have access to electronic 50/50? I mean, or is this it?
I think that there are quite a few teams that would not be, because this is really just another 8 teams. So we have the majors,
Right.
Major teams, and then we have these 8 teams. but there's a host of minor teams across the state that are still not able to do this.
So are we doing this piecemeal? I mean, just based on who comes to ask or,
Yes.
Okay.
Based on who's asking. Again, it's a new program and this would potentially have some impact on staffing as well. So yes, the petitioner asked for hockey and soccer, hockey and baseball, sorry, baseball.
Yeah, we're basically asking for the teams that are affiliated with professional sports leagues. And at the end of the day, not all the teams are going to be able to do it based on cost, size of your facility. So it's basically the teams that are affiliated with the professional leagues, and it's kind of more of a fairness thing since we're already doing it, and we're just trying to keep up and to like I said, to be more efficient and have better controls.
So, are you finished?
go ahead, yeah.
I'm just checking for the MLB affiliated minor league teams. We're talking Tacoma, Everett, Spokane, and Tri-City Dust Devils. Is that the 4 teams from MLB that we're talking?
Correct, yes.
Okay, and there's no other, but we could, I mean, there could be, Walla Walla could get a MLB affiliated team at some point. And with this language, they would be eligible. If they had a nonprofit, that nonprofit would be eligible.
Yeah, if they met all the gambling commission rules, policies, got approval, things like that, then they could, yes.
Okay. Thank you. And then I guess I have one question for staff. So I just don't love the language because we start with a qualified sport team means a major league or highest level organized in Washington State as a member of the 4 leagues or 5 leagues. And then we add these minor league teams. I mean, does it cause any concern, I guess, for staff that we talk about it means the highest level team, and then we've added some different language that says highest level teams plus these other teams?
Defer to our attorney. Our AAG in terms of conduct of the language.
What concern particularly?
That's what I'm asking. Do we have any concerns about the first sentence means a major league or highest level team, but then we also add some not highest level teams?
So I would read this as starting with a major league or other highest level team. Thank you. I'll hold it. Okay. Or highest level teams. And then you're going into more specifics of particular leagues. And so I don't see that there's a conflict there. With that said, if the commission wanted to propose different language, that
I just wanted to have that answered. Thanks.
Commissioner Ibsen?
Thank you, Chair. Just a quick question for staff. The 50/50 raffle that's being discussed here, does that contribute to the problem gambling fund?
To the problem gambling fund contributions, from my previous recollection, is that through the Department of Revenue, it's a portion of the B&O tax.
Okay.
And if I recall correctly, contests of chance that have more than $50,000 then have to pay are assessed the B&O tax as well as the 0.1, well, at this point, 0.2% into the problem gambling. So it depends on what the gross receipts are, and I have not checked in a while to see if DOR has increased it, but I believe it's still at $50,000 more for contests.
So the answer is yes, subject to gross revenues.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments from commissioners? Okay, is there any public comment? Not seeing any. Do you have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to file the proposed rules for further discussion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye.